Pay attention, this is definitely the scariest movie of the year. It's finally here. Fans who are easily scared, please watch with caution. If you get too frightened, so Xiao Ai is on her way home when she suddenly notices an old, eerie wooden house by the roadside. Just then, the door of the house suddenly opens and a creepy sound comes from inside. Then a zombie with a rotting face appears in front of her. Bill runs frantically in fear, and just when he has nowhere to go, he turns around to find the zombie gone, but in front of him is a clown holding a red balloon. As the balloon slowly rose, an ugly clown appeared in front of him, giving him a creepy, sinister smile, scaring Bill into quickly climbing over the fence to escape. But when he looked back, the clown was gone. On the other side, Ah Xiang also encountered something terrifying. Her father was a control freak and often made suggestive moves towards her. He really hates his father, even cutting off all the hair his father has smelled because it disgusts him. But just then, the sewer suddenly makes a strange noise. He looks down through the drain hole but sees nothing. Then he extends a tape measure down and pulls up a bunch of bloody things. Immediately more and more fire emerged from inside, wrapping around Ah Xiang's neck and thighs, pulling her in tightly. Ah Xiang struggled desperately and suddenly a large amount of bloody water sprayed out, staining the entire room red. Ah Xiang was so scared that she curled up in the corner. At this moment, her father rushed in after hearing the screams, but strangely the eerie scene in front of him seemed invisible to the father. Could it be that only children can see this phenomenon? On the other side, Bill saw his missing brother in the basement at home, still wearing that yellow raincoat. So at first he was hiding in the corner, but suddenly turned into a terrifying zombie. Then the clown appeared, opening its mouth full of fangs and lunging at Bill, scaring him into rushing upstairs and shutting the basement door. The next day they gathered together, and Bill told everyone about seeing the clown. It was then that they realized the others had experienced the same thing. Seeing what they feared the most, they returned to the town and discovered that more children had gone missing. Combining with Xiao Ai's previous findings, everyone came to a hypothesis that the town seems to be under some kind of curse. Then Bill took his friends to his garage, and all the places where disappearances occurred were near the sewers. And these sewers all led to one place, which was the eerie house Bill had seen before. Everyone agreed that this was the clown's lair. At this moment, a terrifying thing happened again. The screen in front of them started switching automatically, and the image finally froze on a woman. The woman's face on the screen slowly changed, turning into a clown's appearance. The clown suddenly rushed out of the screen. At the moment of crisis, the chubby one opened the garage door, but everything in front of them suddenly disappeared. Then the group went to the clown's lair. After arriving at the wooden house, Xiao Ai and the blonde followed Bill inside, while the others kept watch outside. However, during the search, Xiao Ai encountered that terrifying zombie again. She was so frightened that she fell down the stairs and fainted. Meanwhile, Wang Guoshi released her clothes of busy. Outside, Wang Mao was locked in a room filled with various clown heads, emitting all sorts of fumes. Then, the small box in the room suddenly opened. Summoning his courage, Wang Mao went up to check and found a doll that looked exactly like him inside, scaring him into quickly closing the box. But the next second, the clown suddenly jumped out of the box and lunged at Wang Mao. Fortunately, Bill opened the door just in time, allowing him to escape. On the other side, Xiao Ai, who had fallen down the stairs, woke up from her faint. She then realized she was in the most dangerous situation because the clown had been waiting by her side for a long time.